Now, a lot of stuff coming out of the new huge Pokemon leaks that have been happening right now are pretty exciting and crazy, but the one thing that I've always wanted to see come back is the Pokewalker, and the fact that they were actually planning this for games like Pokemon Sword and Shield really does give me hope that one day, maybe, just maybe, we'll actually get that back. Because to be honest, I kinda liked the Pokewalker. What about you guys? Did you guys like the Pokewalker or not? Hey guys, it's Rob here, and welcome back to the RoboChan Show, where we take the gaming news format that channels like Spawnwave or Arlo do, add a dash of animation and some cool editing on top to bring you your gaming news, leaks, and rumors in a fresh new way. In this video, we are going to talk about some recent Nintendo Switch 2 leaks for Nintendo 2025, with the main focus being the Pokemon leaks that have been blowing up the internet. I mean, some of this stuff is absolutely insane and honestly very exciting for the future of the Pokemon games when it comes to like mechanics, new games, graphics, gameplay, and more. Well, either that or it's just hopium, one of the two. And of course, if you guys enjoyed this video, leave a like. It really does help push the video when you do that. And if you want to help me reach my goal of 1,000 followers on Twitter, my Twitter handle is RoboRob93. Without further delay, let's continue with the video. So I've been with the Pokemon series since Pokemon Red and Blue. Pokemon Red was actually my first Pokemon game, and I even remember seeing like the Pokemon movie in theaters and even having the cassette tape to the soundtrack. So finally seeing the possibility of Pokemon getting what I always imagined in my head when playing Pokemon Red as a child in the new Pokemon games is actually kind of crazy and very exciting for me personally. With the Nintendo Switch 2 being more powerful, a lot of us were wondering, is Game Freak actually going to upgrade the graphics for the new Pokemon games? And it seems that they might, with Gen 10 being part of these Pokemon leaks. So Light_88 has a recap of these leaks, and along with what looks to be either concept art or a test of some sort. It does give us an idea on what Game Freak is going for, at least for the final product that will eventually come, and it's very exciting. It actually looks exactly what we all want in a new Pokemon game. Now, of course, I can't show you this on there because then the video will just get taken down by either like Pokemon or Game Freak or someone from that company, but if you guys want to find it, it's easily findable on Twitter. With that being said, the first part of the Pokemon leak is the name for this new Pokemon game, and it's Pokemon Wind and Wave, and it's going to be the 10th generation of the Pokemon series. The release date of this is supposed to be in 2026 for the Nintendo Switch 2 according to the leak, and as for the setting of this new Pokemon game, apparently it's going to be an island region, and it's going to be inspired by Southeast Asia. And we actually do have some details for the Pokemon gameplay too. The first thing is that it's going to be an open world exploration game, and it's going to be on land and water, which makes a lot of sense because that's what a lot of Pokemon games do anyways. The cool thing here is that there are some pretty big changes to the gameplay. Apparently the islands in this game are going to be procedurally generated, and what's even more interesting is the Pokemon on those islands are also going to be procedurally generated when it comes to different aspects of those Pokemon. They're apparently called seed Pokemon according to the tweet, and not only that, but it seems that even the evolutions are going to have some changes as well, and they're going to be very unique from Pokemon to Pokemon. Now, how these Pokemon are going to change from time to time, each time you evolve them from different players evolving different Pokemon, is there's going to be a different flower pattern or fractile pattern. So more than likely how this is probably going to work is when one player actually evolves, let's say, I don't know, they're evolving an Eevee into an Espeon. Each Espeon is going to have a different pattern on their fur. Actually, does Espeon have fur or is it just a smooth skin? I'm not even 100% sure. But anyways, it's going to look different essentially each time you evolve a Pokemon. We also do have some more gameplay changes when it comes to like gyms. Apparently gyms are going to be combined with Titan/Lord Pokemon. So gyms are essentially going to be vastly different from the usual stuff that we're used to. Now there's also some gameplay information here too. Apparently we're going to have ride licenses to ride the Pokemon, so we're going to be riding our Pokemon. Something called a weather quest is also going to be there. There's going to be rescue missions, and there's a pretty big one here too, MMO raids. And then there's also something called Pokemon Survival, but the main thing that I'm focusing on is the MMO raids, because I'm really curious if they're trying trying to make this kind of like an MMO-light Pokemon, where they're putting some MMO mechanics into the game and still having that core Pokemon gameplay. Either that or just making the multiplayer more multiplayer focused and having more of that fun with your friends while playing Pokemon. They have done that in the past, but not on the level of, say, an MMO, you know? Which, by the way, if you reach this part of the video, I want to say thank you for reaching this far, and here is a cookie. Make sure you guys leave those cookie emojis down in the comment section below, along with your favorite Pokemon. Now, not only that, but it seems that there's a new Pikachu model that was leaked. He's getting a redesign which is much closer to the actual official art of Pikachu, with a more rounded face. And some people are saying this is more closer to the official artwork, which, yeah, it does look more closer, and in my personal opinion, there's something off about that face. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's because it doesn't have like those chubby cheeks that Pikachu usually does have, and I've just gotten used to that over time, or maybe it's just the fact that it's just one solid shape. There's just something really off with it. Again, if you want to find that, it's on Twitter. It's really easy to find. But yeah, that's going to take some time getting used to, if I'm being honest. What do you guys think about it down in the comment section below if you've already seen it? Now, we also seem to have some info from Pokemon Sword and Shield. Apparently, Pokemon was actually going to put the Pokewalker in Pokemon Sword and Shield. This is what Central Leaks has to say when retweeting all the photos that came from the leak. Game Freak was originally planning to create a Pokewalker app for Pokemon Sword and Shield. You connected your phone to the game and could take your Pokemon with you and play mini games. You could even catch Pokemon in the Pokewalker app and move them to the main game. And honestly, that's what I really wanted for the longest time. I mean, anybody who's ever watched some of my videos, you probably noticed that I do occasionally mention the Pokewalker app and how much I loved it and how much I would love for that to return in an app form. That's literally exactly what I was talking about. And I know some people, there are naysayers out there, but I absolutely love the Pokewalker app, and I really hope they do plan on bringing that back in the future, because I just feel like it's just one of those add-ons for Pokemon that just makes sense and just adds to the game, in my personal opinion. But yeah, overall, very interesting stuff, guys. There is a whole bunch to talk about. I just wanted to make a solid 8 to 9 minute video, and then I'll be making more parts to this and continuing to talk about that while putting some other Nintendo Switch news in it as well. So make sure you guys are subscribed for more of the stuff, because there's a lot of interesting stuff. I gotta get back to finishing up some of those animations, new backgrounds, and other stuff for the channel. And in the meantime, let me know what you guys think about it in the comment section below about these new Pokemon leaks. And also, before we end this video, make sure you guys just know that some of this stuff might not actually happen. Again, this is all behind the scenes stuff that we weren't supposed to see, so it could just not even affect the final Pokemon game. That could always be a possibility. Always take leaks with a grain of salt. With that being said, I will see you guys in the next video. Take care.